Hi everyone, I'm Payam Shodjai and I lead the ecosystem product team for Google Assistant. It's a pleasure to be here with everyone today at Voice Global. I want to start off by extending my sympathies to all who have been impacted by COVID-19 and profound gratitude to everyone working so tirelessly to get us through this crisis. I also want to acknowledge the difficult times we are going through as a nation, as we continue to struggle with racial prejudice, which I think is one of the most vital and challenging issues confronting our society. I stand with everyone who has sacrificed, suffered, and struggled in pursuit of justice, and I hope that we emerge out of both crises with a deeper understanding of our inherent oneness and unity. I'm joining you today from Kirkland, Washington, where I have been staying at home, juggling work while also spending quality time with my family. And so far, we've all managed to live relatively peacefully under the same roof. And if you're wondering why I look so different and perhaps a little shaggier compared to my headshot on this slide, well, it's because I basically haven't gotten a haircut all year. Now, today, I want to share how we're thinking about the evolution of Google Assistant, the important role that our developers and partners play in that vision, and some of the new features our team has been working on. Despite the global pandemic, many of you, our partners and developers, have been working hard to launch new experiences that help families better manage the new stay-at-home reality. And I'm incredibly grateful for that, and I know our users are as well. Your role as developers has never been more important. So let's talk about the future of Assistant, which is part of a story that started many years ago. Google's journey in voice began in 2008 with voice search, with notable milestones since, such as building our first deep neural network in 2012, our first sequence-to-sequence network in 2015, and processing speech fully on device last year in 2019. And these are the building blocks that have enabled the Assistant experience that so many of you are familiar with today. Now, we launched Google Assistant in 2016 with the goal of helping people get things done more naturally. And it's now available in over 30 languages across 90 countries and on more than 1 billion devices. Google Assistant now helps over 500 million people every month get things done at home and on the go across smart speakers, smart displays, phones, TVs, cars, and more. What's at the heart of this growth is the simple insight that people want a more natural way to get what they need from technology. And we've seen this over time as we've transitioned from the PC to the web to mobile and now into the ambient era. We envision a digital assistant that works seamlessly across your devices and services, offering help throughout your day. A good digital assistant needs to offer quick and accurate help, but a truly great digital assistant should understand your context and help proactively, like making sure you pay your bill on time or reminding you of your anniversary with great gift ideas. So you can spend less time managing your devices and more time doing the things you love. And while voice is a critical piece of ambient computing, we know that there are many contexts in our lives where voice isn't the best way to interact, such as late at night when the kids are sleeping, outdoors on a noisy street, or when handling sensitive tasks in public. As product designers, ambient computing requires us to adapt to environmental contexts, enabling people to access help via voice, visuals, and touch in many different circumstances. And of course, today we see how quickly our circumstances and needs are evolving. I found myself spending a lot more time cooking and figuring out what to do with all the potatoes and onions we've bought. And after trying every potato and onion recipe I could find on my Nest Hub Max, the clear winner in this household is hash browns, as long as you don't cut yourself on the grater. Now, over the last few months, we've seen how people's needs are shifting, and this is reflected in how the assistant is being used. With many of us staying at home, families are looking to stay busy and entertained during this time. So it's no surprise that usage has increased across games, stories, and media content. We're also seeing an uptick in activity for local business information, educational experiences, and self-care topics. Let me share a few examples of how we've been working with our partners to support people as their daily habits shift at home. So first, we've all seen how local businesses like grocery stores, pharmacies, and hardware stores have had to modify their hours and change the way they serve customers. To help people get accurate information on search and maps, like modified store hours or information on pickup and delivery, we have been using duplex conversational technology to contact businesses and update over 500,000 business listings. Now, we continue to look at new applications of this technology, such as helping our users find high-demand household items like hand sanitizer and toilet paper. Second, for parents tuning in, many have become familiar with the challenges of schools being closed. We've been working with our partners to bring great educational experiences into the home so that kids can continue learning in a communal setting. For example, our partner Bamboo Learning is bringing their voice-forward education platform to the assistant with fun new ways to learn history using bamboo luminaries. Questions get more challenging as you continue, and parents can follow along or join in on the fun. We've also started piloting a new Actions for Family feature on mobile and speakers called Animal of the Day, which teaches kids about new animals using sounds, fun facts, pictures, and a daily creative challenge. Our compositional response model dynamically selects content from multiple sources, including our knowledge graph, to stitch together beautiful and entertaining educational sound bites. And third, let's talk about health. Our hand washing song, sung to the tune of Row Your Boat, has never been more popular. This song leverages WaveNet's natural expressiveness, allowing us to train the assistant to sing across numerous generated voices users can pick from. So, the assistant can not only speak, but also sing. And this enables us to dynamically produce a new song from lyrics, music, and melody in just a couple of days. We like to consider the song a hit, with users currently requesting it more than our previous all-time favorite song, Baby Shark. These are just a few examples of how the assistant helps people in their everyday life. Now, looking ahead, I want to share other areas our teams are focused on, starting with help on the go. For most of us, our phones are the central device in our lives. When we want to get something done on mobile, whether it's using an app, transacting on the web, or reading a long article, we stop doing what we're doing and focus on our device to get the task done. We think of this as a procedural computing paradigm, where users carry the burden of manually navigating the steps needed to get what they actually want. Now, as developers, you want your services to be as effortless as possible to engage with, and you want to be there right when a user thinks about a need that you can meet. And when we look at conversational design, it offers an outcome-based engagement model that is much easier to use. We see really valuable applications of this in the mobile context. For example, we've been partnering with Nike Run Club to make it possible for their users to simply say, "Start my run with Nike Run Club," and have the assistant automatically open the Nike Run Club app and initiate a run without ever needing to even tap the screen. So when you're geared up and ready to start a run, you can stay in the flow, and that's a win for the user and for Nike. So let's talk a little bit about how this works. App Actions is a lightweight tool to map the intent from an assistant query to an action deep within your Android app, enabling your users to jump into your app and take action right away with a simple voice command to the assistant. We believe this is a more natural and simple interaction model, and that this is the way users will increasingly access services. Now, in addition to making it easier for users to interact more effortlessly with your apps, we're also looking at other areas where the assistant can dramatically simplify tasks on mobile. Duplex technology makes it easy to automate calls, but it also makes it easier to transact on the web by automating complex decision flows like booking car rentals or buying movie tickets. While we all long for better times when we can return to traveling, going to the movies, we started piloting the use of duplex on the web to help reduce the friction of online shopping, such as buying groceries online, which we know can be a complex task. This is a good example of how we are bringing the power of the assistant to the web in a non-voice context, helping users glide through complex mobile web flows and ultimately increasing conversion on the metrics that matter most for these businesses. Now, speaking of pain points around the mobile web, remember when you used to walk around reading an article on your phone, hoping you don't trip or bump into things? Well, earlier this year, we started rolling out Read It, a feature where the assistant will read web pages aloud by simply saying, "Hey Google, read this." This unlocks more engagement with web content where users otherwise simply might not be able to read in the moment. There's a lot of really interesting things we're working on to bring ambient help via the assistant to users while they're on the go. I encourage you to watch my colleague Barish Goltekin's talk on demand. He will go much deeper into some exciting mobile investments. Now, let's talk about help in the home. We all know we could use some more help in the home. And we see a future where the assistant helps you get more done, stay more connected with family and friends, have peace of mind about what's going on in your home, or be more entertained because, let's face it, we all need a little bit of downtime these days. What's particularly exciting is how developers play such an important role in this vision. Whether you're inventing the home of the future through automation or reimagining interactive experiences for communal devices, the assistant is a great place to build. And as so many of you have built inspiring things on our platform, we've learned a lot of things on the way. You've told us loud and clear that we need to offer better solutions for discovery and monetization. And I want you to know that we hear you and that we're working on it. And we look forward to sharing what we've been up to on those two fronts soon. But the top request we've gotten is for meaningful improvements to our core platform and development experience. And today, I'm excited to share what's new. For starters, we've heard feedback that building an action for the assistant is hard. Today, you need to hop back and forth between Actions console and dialog flow to build an action. Wouldn't it be great if there were one integrated platform for building on the assistant? Well, starting today, we're releasing Actions Builder, a new web-based IDE that provides a graphical interface to visualize the entire conversation flow. It allows you to manage NLU training data and provides advanced debugging tools. And it is fully integrated into Actions console, so you can now build, test, release, and analyze your actions all in one place. But that's not all. We know that you often prefer to work in your own tools, and that's why we're introducing an updated Actions SDK. For the first time, you'll have a file-based representation of your action and the ability to use a local IDE. The SDK not only enables local authoring of NLU and conversation schemas, but it also allows bulk import and export of training data to improve conversation quality. The Actions SDK is accompanied by a command line interface so you can build and manage an action fully in code using your favorite source control and continuous integration tools. Now, with these two releases, we are also introducing a new conversation model and improvements to the runtime engine. Now it's easier to design and build conversations, and users will get faster and more accurate responses. And we're very excited about this suite of products, which really replace dialog flow as the preferred way to develop actions on the assistant. And no matter which development environment you prefer, you can rest assured that Actions Builder and Actions SDK play really well together. And that means you can collaborate across teams to build complex projects faster and more easily. I'm excited about these tools and the experiences they'll help build. I'd also like to take a moment to really express our gratitude to all the partners who have helped us hone this offering during the development phase. These new tools not only help you develop actions more easily, but they also come with new functionality to help you build great experiences on the assistant. Home storage, media API improvements, and continuous match mode. Let's start with home storage. One of the exciting things about speakers and smart displays is that they are communal. But as a developer, most of the effort has historically gone into building for personal use rather than communal use. Home storage is a new feature that changes that paradigm. It provides a communal storage solution for devices connected on the home graph and allows developers to save context for all users. It also helps users continue from their last saved point. For example, now anyone in my family can jump back into a puzzle and continue where someone else left off, rather than everyone working on their own puzzle. And for someone like me who's really bad at puzzles, getting help from my niece is actually exactly what I need. Another thing we've heard is the need for improved media experiences. You've asked us to support longer form media sessions and enabling actions to work alongside other ways users listen to your content so they can resume playback across surfaces. Today, I'm happy to announce that we've closed these gaps with enhancements to the media APIs. Now you can start playback from a specific moment or resume where a user dropped out of their previous session. We're also introducing capabilities that allow new classes of experiences. Sometimes you want to build experiences that allow the mic to remain open to enable users to speak more naturally with your action without waiting for a change in mic states. Today, we're announcing an early access program for continuous match mode, which allows the assistant to respond immediately to users' speech, enabling more natural and fluid experiences for your users. This is done transparently so that before the mic opens, the assistant will announce the mic will stay open temporarily so users know they can now speak freely without waiting for additional prompts. So what have developers built with all these additions and improvements to our platform? Well, I'm particularly excited about the innovation we're seeing in the games, education, and storytelling space. Let's actually take a look at some of the new immersive experiences our partners have built in these areas. Now, the first example is an upcoming game called Guess the Drawing by our friends at Cool Games. This game uses continuous match mode to allow the user to continuously guess what the drawing is until they get it right. Let's take a look.
Circles. Oval. Instrument. Trumpet. Metal discs. Give me a hint. Give me another hint. Oh, toilet paper.
I love playing this game with my family where anyone can just call out a guess. It's entertaining and educational. This action will be live on smart displays in a few weeks. I'd also like to highlight some of the other great games that are available today. Jeopardy! Yes, it's 50 years later, it's still as popular as ever. Trivia Track, a multiplayer trivia game on categories such as science and arts. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which is the classic high-stakes trivia game. Escape the Room, you can play the original escape rooms from the comfort of your own home. This is fantastic for anyone experiencing cabin fever at home these days. Puzzle of the Day, a daily word puzzle you can play with others around the world, and many, many more games. In addition to games, we're seeing a lot of innovation in the education space by developers. It's so important for families to find moments throughout the day to learn together at home. So this new focus on deeper learning powered by voice is exciting to see. Now, partners like Rivet have been building interactive educational experiences that are perfect for families around a communal device. Rivet offers a kid-friendly library to help kids learn how to read. Let's take a look.
Hello from Rivet. I have books in different categories and levels for you. First, please tell me the reading level you want.
Level 2.
A level 2 page would look like this. Here are your new books. You can tap on a book or choose another category.
Open the third book in the top row.
I can read this book to you. Just say, read this book.
Read this book.
Run, run, run. The bird is on the run.
You have reached the end of the book. You can say close book to go back to the book list.
More books.
Showing the next set of books.
This is a great experience for learning to read really at any level. With a library of over 3,500 stories, there's something for everyone to enjoy at home, even the pickiest of readers. Now, Rivet on Assistant will be available in a few weeks in the US. The Assistant is also a great place for storytelling, and some of the world's best beloved characters are coming to life in animated storybooks. And here's a look at Disney's Frozen 2 story in Japanese.
やあ、僕はミッキーマウス。本を一緒に読むの？
方の1と2がありますよ。
どの絵本がいいかな？
アレンデール王国の王女。王様はエルサが魔法をうまくコントロールできるように。さようなら。
This is a small sample of partners who are building the next generation of interactive experiences for smart displays. And we look forward to more of you getting in early to shape the future of this new class of communal experiences. Please visit developers.google.com/assistant to get started today. In addition to making it easy for you to build new experiences for Assistant, we also want to make it easy for you to leverage your existing web investments. One of the most lightweight development paths for smart displays is leveraging what you've already built on the web. Who doesn't love getting something extra for free? Lots of users ask for things that relate to web content, like, do you recommend any books to read during the lockdown? Or any ideas for fixing up my patio? We want to be able to bring the depth of great web content together with the simple and robust AMP framework to deliver a great web experience on the smart display. Now, AMP allows you to create compelling, smooth websites that have a great user experience. I'm happy to announce the availability of AMP-compliant articles coming to smart displays later this summer with news. Stay tuned for more updates in the coming months as we expand to enable more web content categories for smart display users. The common theme of all of these announcements is providing you with the tools to build the ambient computing experiences of the future, enabling users to get what they need more simply while giving them time back to focus on what matters most. And I couldn't be more excited to build this next stage of computing with all of you. Just wanted to close by saying that the role of developers is more important than ever. Our industry has really been called upon to address many of the world's needs. And we've seen years of digital transformation take place in just a few months, including an acceleration of ambient computing. We've also seen how critical technology is during every phase of this pandemic, from crisis response to recovery to the reimagination phase. And this is the opportunity that gets me excited to help in each of these phases with more voice-based and assistive technologies. And it all starts by empowering you, the developers. Thank you so much for having me. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon.